Hi everyone. It's me, Jess from Gothic Light. And today I would like you to go with me on a memory journey through my journal. I've already put up a video that shows you just a flip through of the journal itself, not me talking or anything, no comments, nothing like that. However, in this video, I would like to make comments and take you through the journal. So let's start by showing you what it was looking like before. This is what it looks like now. This was the original thickness of the journal. And this is a Dina Wakely mixed media journal that she did in collaboration with Ranger, right? Let me show you what is so special. So in this particular journal, there are 4 different mediums of paper. There's this brown craft paper, lovely to work on. There is this cotton watercolor paper, a Hessian, and you have an unprimed canvas. So it truly is a mixed media journal. You can do anything in this baby. You can do oils, acrylics, watercolor, you can do soluble wax crayons, you can do collage, you can do sewing. You can even sew on them if you want to. And it truly is a mixed media journal. It is a fantastic journal to have if you really want to challenge yourself to try different media. But yes, this is what it was. And this is what it is. Beautiful. Love it. So let's start. First page is simply a gold collage. I love the effect of this corrugated paper. Beautiful, beautiful corrugated paper right here, just with a little bit of gold as well as here. And this quote here is from The Witch of Portobello. It's in Portuguese. And I don't think everybody will understand it, but for those Portuguese people out there, existem etapas aborrecidas durante este percurso e o segredo consiste em transformar estas etapas num encontro consigo próprio ou com algo mais elevado. So in other words, there are chapters that are very upsetting on this journey. The secret is to transform these chapters into finding oneself as well as meeting other people that are more elevated. And I think that is a perfect example of an art journal and the reason why it is there and why we use it. So I started with that quote here. On the second page is a watercolor study with water-soluble wax crayons. I did not succeed in doing this very well because you can still see the streak marks of the watercolor crayons. But that's just the nature of them. If you don't put a thick enough layer, you're not gonna be able to play with your pencil, your brush enough to get rid of these streaks. And also, the paper has a lot to say about it. So this is cotton paper, and I wasn't used to it yet. And I think I messed it up because it starts to fray a little bit. So to cover up all the horrors, I put some scrapbook paper over it. Overall, I love it. Very sweet. Just a little secret. This is the first page that gives you a hint that I am slightly obsessed with circles. Just saying. As if the first page didn't tell you, the second and third might. So this was an online lesson that was conducted by a rather unknown artist in most circles. Her name is France Papillon. French artist. I will link her details in the description below. She's also obsessed with circles, which basically makes me and her soul sisters, I think. I love her raw edges. I love her use of texture. So this is texture paste, playing with a gradient, as well as putting in some 3D motifs, which I find very inspirational. And on this side, I was just playing with the same gradient that I played with here. I think I did a pretty good job. And sorry, I'm just moving stuff so that my cat doesn't knock over everything. Mia. Sorry, guys. And yeah, I think I did a pretty good job here. Looks very pretty. Here, I was playing with some birds in flight, as well as some word stencils, which I obviously had to emboss in gold and metallics. obsessed. Love the background, which is actually a dressmaker's pattern, which I collaged on. Very, very pretty. On this page is my cousin's wedding memorabilia. So I didn't glue most of the stuff in initially because I didn't actually know what I wanted to do on either side of the page. So I used all the safety pins that were holding things together, like the ribbon around the flowers, and I used some tissue paper, the thank you notes, and all I can say is that I just love the collage. It really is quite inspirational. And here's her wedding invite, which kind of matches our dresses that look like that. Pretty cool, I'd say. This is the name tag and part of my bouquet for the bridal bouquet. It's very pretty. Beautiful wedding. This side is not doing any justice to this side, but let me explain this disaster. This over here, I tried to do a chevron pattern. I tried to make it look like material. I failed in 1, making it look like material, and 2, the color combination is horrible. Which brings me to the first reason why you should keep an art journal on your art journey. This is one of the reasons why. Color combinations that don't work. So I don't know why I picked this color combination. It is not on the color wheel as a very good color combination. It is neither a tetrad or a complementary or a split complement. It's nothing, okay? And I'm not sure why I did this, but it doesn't work. And I always look at this page and I'm like, ooh, stay away. Because basically, I didn't like it when it was here. I'm not going to like it in another spread. So it's a way of me also reminding myself what I don't like. It might suit some people, and some people might look at this and go, oh, that's gorgeous. That's what art is. It's subjective, so no problem. But for me, this doesn't work. This page is a map. It's a fantasy map. And basically, it reminds me to buy good quality art supplies. This is watercolor, believe it or not. And it has faded so much across the years. I did this in 2019, and you can barely see that this is watercolor. The pigments are so clumped together. They're not blended in with each other. It just looks like a disaster. So for me, it's a reminder, buy the most expensive you can afford. So avoid the cheapest. Don't go out of your way and starve yourself to buy the most expensive either. But if you can afford a higher brand, buy it because it will last longer. I like my map though. On this side is an acrylic facial study. It's not a great facial study, but I'd like to illustrate the canvas. The canvas is not primed, like I said. So it's also not stretched on a board. So what it's going to do is shrink when it comes into contact with water. And this is exactly what happened here with this acrylic. It shrunk. You can see the page is like only a little bit here. It's not even overlapping with the second page. So this is what's going to happen. So be aware that this is what happens to this particular canvas. Otherwise, I like her. These doodles are gorgeous. I recommend doing doodles, and playing with color combinations all the time. I loved doing these doodles in this journal. One, I could experiment with the different paints on different media, and I could explore my color combinations. So you'll see a lot of these throughout the book. I really enjoyed working on canvas here. One, because it gets stiff, and the colors are vibrant. They stay vibrant. It's beautiful. I love it. I'd like to illustrate here the use of distress paints. So distress paints are also by Ranger. They are very high quality paints. They last forever. They're archival. They spread beautifully. A little goes a long way. You can still see exactly where I stamped the bottle. The circles maintain. You can see the different colors. I mean, I cannot say enough about distress paints. However, in this particular spread, I went a little bit too far, and I smushed everything up, oops. And then I made some white dots and I thought, oh, let me save it and make it floral. I don't know if I succeeded, good people, but it's cute. I don't mind it. Who doesn't love a cityscape? You know, I must say, cities, you don't see many stars, but the richness of what is above us is often overlooked. And I loved creating this page. I really did. The gradient of the sky, the little dots for the stars, the different levels of buildings. This was actually me trying to do a very, very simple depth study. And I love the way it came out. I love it, simply love it. I might have gone too far with the glitter in the background because now every time I do this, it kind of shines. I don't care. Glitter is life. Interesting. If I go back to the chevron, you'll see the chevron isn't much different to this guy. Green, red, funky yellow, green, funky orange, blue, but it's like a blue, like it's more or less what this is, but minusing a few colors. Now you can see immediately that if you just take away a couple of colors, you might just get something that looks like this. Yes, it does remind me a lot of Indian wedding colors, but at the time I lived in a predominantly Indian area and I was heavily influenced by the colors of the weddings. And also their saris are beautiful and there's always an element of gold. So this is a heavily inspired page by an Indian wedding that I went to. I loved this wedding and these colors. This was an attempt to remember how to do a quilting pattern as well as try a collage on canvas. Collage on canvas doesn't work, but I really enjoy this pattern and I will remember it. It's a pinwheel quilt pattern and I will try it in a quilt one day. One day, not anytime soon because I'm busy with art journals. This over here is a batik pattern that I tried to do. I will say this for this page. I don't dislike it because the color combination is gorgeous. I love it. I would do this color combination again. I don't like the actual pattern itself, but I did try. It's giving me Turkish vibes, which is fine. Batik is Middle Eastern anyway. So I got half of it right. Give me that. This pastel macaroon little collage here, I just loved this color combination so much in the magazine that I said, you know what, I need to have it in my journal. And I would like to do a piece in these pastel macaron colors. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. Oh, guys, these villages. I must tell you, there is a woman out there. Her name is Tamara Laporte, and she has a art teaching site called willowing.org. I'll put all this in the description to make it very clear. You have got to check her out. She is a genius. She's a very experienced teacher. She teaches how to do these little villages. And not only that, but she also has other techniques that you can learn. And her influence is more and more in my work because she's the first online art teacher I had. She's an inspirational woman, and this is obviously scrappy, but I loved it so much that I thought I'm going to keep it in here. I really do enjoy her work, and I'll put her link. You really should check out her stuff. I'll put her link in the description. This is illustrating how the different mediums look on different pieces of paper. So this side is that Hessian, and this side is obviously the same Hessian. And what I did here was I painted onto the Hessian, but I also painted onto the watercolor paper. And I love this texture, this like little funny texture that comes out with the Hessian. I adore it. And then you've got the smooth texture on this side where everything looks so different, but it's the same colors. I really enjoyed this piece. And I still like these colors. I did try, I think, to go a little bit brighter with the green here, because it's the same red and same gold, but I said, let me go for green and purple, you know, still works. I'm happy. Okay, this is a study of Klimt, Gustav Klimt's Tree of Life. And I actually did this as a lesson inspired by Ivy Newport. This is another teacher that I highly recommend. So Tamara Laporte, willowing.org, is for beginners. 150% recommended for beginners. Ivy Newport is intermediate to advanced. And I'm not saying this because Ivy's art is better than Tamara's art. No, they're just very different styles and cater to different types of artists. I really think you should check out both. Your style might be better suited to Ivy Newport's, but if you're a beginner, start with Tamara and then do a lesson by Ivy. She really is an amazing artist. I think she studied art as a graduate degree. So she actually teaches you art techniques. Lately, Tamara has been doing the same. So I think she's gone deeper into her study of art. But if you want in-depth, Ivy Newport. If you want to learn how to draw from scratch, Tamara Laporte. This is another Ivy Newport spread. Looks a bit dark, because it is. Basically, this is my hatred for a city. I couldn't care less about city living. I am not a city girl. I never was. I've always been more of a country girl. So this is me looking at the city burning, very dramatic, yes, with my heart broken and tears falling down my face. And you know what? It's okay. Rather me come to a journal spread and put all the emotions here than it festering and firing up in my heart. So, you know what? I love this spread. It really, one of my favorites in this journal is this spread. Oh, good people. How beautiful is the glitter with the silver and this blue. Ooh, just gets me going all the time. I love, love, love metallic and glitter together. In the background, you will see some clockwork parts, like, you know, you'll see it, because I initially wanted to make this page into, oh my gosh, what is that? What is that? There's an art technique that uses a lot of clockworks. Oh, it's not coming to me. Anyway, it'll come to me at some point. If it does, I'll put the art technique I'm talking about as a subtitle here. But anyway, I like the combination where you can see the texture. It's just, you know, it's just peeping through the metallics. Oh, it's so cute. I love doing this. And the color combination, one of my favorites. Ooh, another quite dark symbolism here. So there was a time that I lived by the coast. Very dark time in my life. And there were friends that I thought were friends that actually stabbed me in the back. Hence why there's a stab in your back, you know, with blood running down. And this is the shape of a very well-known supermarket there. And a boat on the horizon. The thing with this spread is that I chose myself to be looking at the scene from a distance, because I was leaving the ocean at that time. But I chose to be on an island in the ocean because I still love the ocean. It's regardless of what the people did there to me, I still love the ocean, and I will always be part of it. Hopefully I will retire there someday. Once again, this is a spread that was inspired by Ivy Newport. This is Tamara Laporte, willowing.org. This is what she will teach you if you follow one of her lessons, how to do a little cute village. I loved creating this spread. It was my favorite in gouache and in pencil crayon. Ooh, this is just a picture of disaster. I'll tell you what happened here. So you see this big white mess here. This was me playing with texture paste on this side, And I went like this and realized, uh-oh, it is going to the other side. Hence why there's a big fat smear this side. And then I pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to the other side. Eventually, this is all what ended up here. And you know what? I actually liked this mess here. I thought, that looks very organic and very raw. I'll leave it exactly like that. And somehow along the line, the pink, the orange, so the orange from this side, the pink from this side, they intermingled and made this border. Love it. I couldn't ask for anything. I couldn't create that if I wanted to. So I left it as it was. This silver here, I cannot recreate. I've tried and tried and tried. I don't know what I did here. But another recommendation from me. Write down what you do on a page. Just small notes. Because in the future, when you're looking at it and you don't know what you've done, it is so frustrating. So just take it from me and my experience. Write down what you do, because I don't remember what paint I used here to make it look like ash. I don't remember what texture paste I used for it to crack like this, to make it look like this is an actual stone that cracked. And then the silver texture here, I don't remember. But I really do love this page. Another spread that was inspired by Ivy Newport. She was teaching a collage technique here. And I failed in both the collage and whatever technique she was showing me. Basically, the watercolor paper that is here did not withstand the collage technique. So it crinkled up my model as well. So I couldn't paint on her, do anything to her face. And I decided to go with a folkloric, distraction, so to speak. Look, I don't mind how it came out. It's not what I wanted, but I love it. This is me trying the same technique on canvas. It worked much better. The canvas can withstand the collage technique that was supposed to go here. But me, being heavy-handed, I rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and rubbed, and I faded her face. So it's a pity. Again, Ivy Newport, you can check out how to do this technique with her. This is taken straight out of Ivy Newport's Angel Wing tutorial. I followed her exactly. I didn't change anything except for the color. The color I changed because I didn't have the colors that she had. But I adore it. It's gorgeous. Oh, I love her. This little girl started my obsession with metallic in portrait. She's a collage technique that finally worked. I did a bit of painting here because the flowers were a little bit pale at the time. And I also experimented a little bit on this side with the same colors, just to make it like embossed, because this is canvas. And I wanted to see how stencils and texture paste would be on canvas. And it works out really well. It's quite pretty. And I love touching it. It's really nice. But I love her. She really is. She's gorgeous. I cannot say enough about her. Disaster. Okay, so the watercolor crayons, the water-soluble crayons, I did a thicker hand here, and I activated them. They did not blend well. This is, again, watercolor paper. And they didn't blend well. Nothing worked out here. Also, by the time that I closed the book, they were still wet. So some of the paint transferred onto this side. Now, this side I already had primed for something else. And then I said, hang on a second. That purple and that teal go really well together. This teal was already there. The purple wasn't. And then I started to rub purple crayon over here onto the teal. And I'm like, oh, heck, that looks really nice. And I decided to leave this as a palette page because I love the messiness of it. The mess of it is just, oh, it's so textury. Love it, love it, love it. So I left it like that. This side I kind of messed up a little bit because then I decided to do a reverse stencil technique, which basically means you put your stencil on, you rub with some water, and you lift the watercolor on just to save a little bit of it. Oh, good people. All I can say is that this paper did not withstand it. It started to fray and it started to get all messed up, and I thought, oh, let me leave it before I actually destroy it. And I left it as such. a lesson learned about paper and mediums together. Another doodle. I love this color combo. This is a sticker I got as a gift. And there's one on the other page as well. And I love the collage techniques here. So I loved her because who are you calling empty? Because my mother kept asking me around this time, why do you keep an art journal? It's so weird. What are you going to do with it? No one's going to see it. And I'm like, well, does it matter? And then I asked myself, is this like a vacuous hobby? Should I be doing something more serious, like, I don't know, crochet? Who knows, what's more serious than art? But it really affected me. And this sticker, I thought, you know what, who are you calling empty? Let's question that. And I did a doodle for relaxation purposes. Love this color combo. Beautiful. Here's the other one. It says dream. And then, again, on the same theme, when my mom asked me, why are you doing it? I thought to myself, you know what? It's a dream. And why not live in a dream when you can? These doodles, I highly, highly recommend doing doodles like this. Just to test your color combo, you just make swirls. Like you take your pen and you just go, okay? Just like that. And then you pick certain points where you put color in. Somehow, intuitively, you start to realize that this pattern comes out. And everybody's is different. But I love this color combination. So nautical. It's like a nautical. And I really enjoy it. And I think it goes well with her too. Oh, the circle obsession. Oh, good God. I love it. I cannot get enough of circles. This was my first page where I said, you know what? I'm just going to go nuts. And I'm going to put circles everywhere. And I'm not going to care what they look like. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Oh, I love her. She came to me in a time where I was very stressed out and annoyed. And I just decided, let me do something. Let me just do something because I'm going to go completely start raving mad. And Tamara Laporte at willowing.org is very good at taking magazine girls and changing them into something that she likes. And I changed her into this. I loved her face. Her face is so beautiful. And it seemed to me like she would be like, orange, blues, yellows. And hey, turns out I was right. And it came out to this. I really, really love this spread. It took away the anxiety and it gave me something beautiful to remember. Oh, this is a lesson in excess, good guys. Okay, again with the silver technique that I don't remember how to do now. I tried again, that previous silver technique here. This looks beautiful. I have no idea how I did this one. I have no idea how I did that one. So again, obsessed with circles and texture paste. And I love it. I don't know how to recreate it, but it's beautiful. Oh, love it. So she was inspired by the Virgin Mary. During my formative years, I attended a Catholic school from grade 1 right up to grade 12. And the Virgin Mary was very big in our lives at that stage. So basically, I saw this girl's face and I thought, if the Virgin Mary had a face, it would be this one. No idea why. I think because it has a sort of, it has an innocent determination to it. It's like, yes, I don't know much about the world, but I'm a strong woman. I can take it. I can take the responsibility of bearing God onto the earth, despite my innocence. And the blue, this is more of a cyan blue, really. I wanted her to have this cyan blue because it's not as adult. She's not as adult as the Virgin Mary after giving birth to Christ is. So I thought a cyan blue would be great because blue is Mary's color. Well, I see her being painted in blue robes all the time, and that's how she's represented in church. So I decided a lighter blue for her younger years. But ultimately, I love this color combination, and I like how she turned out. Oh, my leaves, my leaves, my leaves, my leaves. I love my leaves. So this is a very simple art technique. I can even tell you how to do it now. Take a spread, paint, all color combinations of paint, just shove. Take your stencil, put it on, draw your stencil, and then around the drawing, not inside, around the stencil, you could do it in a complementary color. This is what you get. Therapeutic, and it comes out like this. Oh, it's gorgeous. I think this is Claudia Schiffer. I could be wrong, but I think this is Claudia Schiffer. And when I saw this picture, I was like, you know what? Color and flowers. And this is what I came up with. I don't know why these eyes are just vibrant with life. I couldn't help myself. I just had to do a spread like this. Cara Delevingne. Who is going to tell me that Cara Delevingne is not fire in a person? This woman, when I looked at this pose, I thought to myself, you know what? You are fire. Orange, red, yellow, blue, the intensity of the blue, the bronze, the black. I couldn't get enough of this page. And I adore it. I simply adore it. It might be over the top, but I love it. This is my melancholic innocence page. Does that make sense? No idea. But I looked at her face and I thought, it looks so sad. But I don't want to make her black and white like goth. I want to make her pastel melancholy. And this is what came out. I don't think I succeeded in doing what I wanted to do. And I'm telling you this because this looks a little bit frustrated here. I was combining colors, I was doing circles, I was doing anything I could to make it work. I don't think I made it work. But I still like it. I liked it so much, I went and did a double doodle spread. It's gorgeous. I love this. I love these pastel colors. Here I come to my abstract page. So, this abstract page here, I'll tell you something about it. I love it. I'll tell you why I love it. Because there is nothing more I would do to it. It is, for me, it speaks of life itself. It has a lot of potential to be something else. In my eyes, it has the potential to be something remarkable and amazing. But as it is now, it's perfect for me. And I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. And I think that's a lesson for all of us. Is sometimes we evolve into something that isn't quite finished, but is perfect the way it is. And why touch it and ruin it? Yes, you can touch it and make it better. I don't think I want to. I want to enjoy it as it is here, in all its beautiful, messy glory. Here's some more leaves. This leaf did not turn out well because after I did this leaf on the canvas, you can see it's very distorted. I did another lesson by Frans Papillon and it distorted all the pages. It distorted all of the pages. So I love Frans Papillon's work. You can see how textured it is. There is texture paste, there is crackle paste, there is collage, there is stamping, there is stenciling, there is paint. There's everything on this page. Everything you want in a mixed media is here. There's even pen here and a stamp. It's gorgeous. Check her out, guys. Frans Papillon. Oh, the disaster. No, this was a complete disaster. I don't even have to talk about this. This is just plain ugly. Yeah, it was just a mess. I was in a bad mood, I think. Or I was just angry and I wanted to do something and just get it out there. And that's what it did. This is what happened. Oh, my 60s punk rock person. This over here is actually tissue paper. I looked at it and I'm like, I need to do something about this. And then I saw this actress. I love this actress. I can't remember her name for the life of me. And I said, you are my punk rock woman. And here she is. God, I love her. And I love this page. It is so psychedelically beautiful. It's just gothic light. This is what this is. It's like goth and colorful. It's not supposed to go together, but it does. Gorgeous. Love her. A little under the sea spread for you. I really I really enjoyed this. This was quite fun. And very relaxing with the metallics and the glitter. Very pretty. And the phase of the circle really cemented itself here. Love this color combo. Neon orange, black, white, and a little bit of glam. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love it, and I will use it again. Cannot tell you how much I love this color combo. Hey, the fairies came to visit. Here, I played with some crackle paste. You can see that there's the same media here. Both of this is watercolor paper, but on this side, it worked better than on this side because I used different thicknesses of it. You have to read your labels. And I didn't really read the label very well. But at the end of it, can't complain. The fairies came. They told me exactly what I needed to hear. And I'm very happy with this page. I cannot say enough that I love fairies. Beautiful magical creatures. Oh, my classic beauty. My classic beauty. Don't ask me why. I loved her movement. I love the melancholy beauty of it. And it was just such a simple page. Just some music, some red to complement the shading, and that's it. Beautiful. And why not? Art is art. My African queen. Oh, good people. When I saw this photo in the magazine, I'm sorry, I could not let it go. This needed to go into my art journal. And I laid it on her. I did stencils. I did crackle paste. I did little angels surrounding her. Evil eyes protecting her. This spread is beautiful. I love the spread. There's nothing I would change here. The photographer did something with this pose, this outfit, this model that really speaks to me. And I love it. It's gorgeous. Would not change it for the world. One of my favorites. Then I went into a pastel phase again, and I started to cut holes and stuff. I don't know how this happened. It didn't really transition from one to the other very smoothly, but I started to use texture in my doodles, a lot of little mediums, which is also cute. And I cut holes and stuff and started to add buttons and things. And let me tell you, the Hessian does hold itself well to stickers and buttons and little flowers. So scrapbooking does really well in this Hessian. And cutting a window also allowed me to do this little woman here. She's not my favorite, but just the fact that these two windows turned out so perfectly, I don't even mind that she's not completely finished. I'm just really happy with these two windows. Another art teacher. However, I butchered this lesson. This lesson and this lesson here by the same teacher, Effie Wild. I will give you her details. Amazing artist. She really is a deep, deep woman, and I highly recommend her. She has a very specific style, and I wanted to emulate it and see if it would suit me, and it did not. So her style and my style clash a little bit, and that's why it looks so mishmashed, because she told me to do X, I did X, but I added a bit of Y, and a bit of Y did not work. So her style is fantastic, and I will never be able to put it into my journals, unfortunately. But beautiful, beautiful work she does. Effie Wild. Again, I butchered it. Shame. I like the color combos. Very pretty. I did not do a good job of executing it. I love it. I love it. The smashed metal look. The bright green. Little pops of red. looks nuclear almost. It almost looks like you're looking through a submarine into a nuclear blast site. It's odd, né? But it's so pretty. Reasons for keeping art journals. Again, to remember your favorite color combos. This is a classic complementary color combo. The violet and the yellow. Beautiful. I cannot, this is a color combo that I really adore and I will use again in my art. my purple polka dot tortoise being seen through the submarine. I'm telling you, my imagination, I felt like being pink that day. And all I can tell you is that the metallic pink of the inside of my looking point and these little purple polka dots on this flesh color looks like a sort of tortoise, a tortoise shell that's parking out there, and it's massive, and you're just seeing the tortoise spots. I love it. It gives me happy vibes, this one. Another color combo that should not work, but somehow does, is this split complementary. You looking at it on the color wheel, you would never say that blue violet, teal or blue green, and orange would work. But let me tell you, it works like a bomb. It's a split complementary. Beautiful, beautiful. I will use this again. Don't ask me what happened here. I was supposed to color her in. I didn't. We'll ignore that for now. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This is almost, actually no, I lie. This is a split complementary. The pink can be considered red because it's I think it's a hue of red. Pink is a hue of red, and this is a blue-green, this cyan, and this is green, or yellow-green, it's lime. So this again is a split complementary. Look how beautiful split complementaries look together. Gorgeous. This is another thing why you can keep an art journal and also repeat things that you like, because then you can discover things like this, that you really enjoy split complementaries of certain kinds. It's really useful. Then I decided monochromatic is safe. Again with the metallics. Oh man, I love my circles. And that's the end of this journal. My favorite thing here is this one. This little bundle of joy right here. Adulting. Total rubbish. Not as described. Would not recommend. 1 star. Absolutely true. And that is why I keep an art journal. I keep my inner child alive. And I love sharing it with you. I hope you enjoyed my commentary and you learned something from it. Remember to check out the artists that I mentioned, maybe do some classes with them. No, I do not get paid to tell you to do classes with them. This is purely out of my experience that I tell you this. It helped me on my art journey, and I'm 100% sure it will help you with yours. I hope to see you again with more of my art journals. There are a couple that I would like to film and explain and take you through. So I will see you next time. Bye. Subscribe and like. Thank you. Bye.